Hallelujah. All right, so MASSdrop. I'm gonna scratch my head now. I'm gonna think back to all the things that they've made better. 58X, which is basically 660s with a slightly different driver, but a complete tune to make them sound like the 660s. What else we got? Anything else good? Ether CX, those are amazing. The AKG K7XX, those are pretty good, I guess. I mean, yeah, they're really good. The THX 780 fucking 9, oh fuck. And the list goes on. I can't even think of all the monoprice, the MASSdrop tweaks, monoprice MASSdrop, that have been like, all right, let's take something that's all right, and we'll Elex, fucking Focal Elex, the best Focal headphone made. MASSdrop. Or now Drop. It still says MASSdrop on the boxes. I'm waiting for them to change it to Koss Drop. Koss Drop edition. Anywho, I've reviewed the original Koss ESP/950. And this is the ESP/95X because MASSdrop got their dick into things again and they've improved them. $500 for the whole setup, electrostatic headphones with the Energizer, and I don't know what they fixed. Here's the thing. MASSdrop, when they put out like a clone, like a custom clone for them, and I think this is blue for them. It's not black. That's black. That's blue. It's like a very, very like police color blue. And they haven't changed the build. These still detach like this, which is, again, still amazing. That you could take the cups off with like the push of a button for easier transport. But they did not include the battery pack, which is, this Energizer was the problem when I did the 95X. And I don't know if they fixed what's in the Energizer or if they tweaked what's doing with the headphones or the ear speakers, my bad. Because one of these two things is wholly improved from the last time I heard them. These compete with entry-level Stax now. And they're on a constantly renewable drop cycle, so they're available. It's not like you're gonna quick put your money in and then in 4 or 5 months maybe you'll see it. No. You can go to MASSdrop or Drop. I'm gonna make fun of them until I figure out that they fucked up. You go to Drop right now, link in the description, hit buy now, and in 3 days these show up at your door. And that's amazing because these are amazing. In fact, I was looking, and yeah, okay, here they are. Buy 737 sold. How are 737 of these sold and I've not heard anybody in any of my communities just talking them up? Because they're great. They've stopped being like, they were borderline good enough. Like, yeah, they were electrostatic, and yeah, they were like $600, and it was good, but you like Stax existed, and Energizer, and now it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, this is a perfect entry. This is great. Get the fuck in. Why you're not? Why are you not? So here's Stax lineup. So staxaudio.com, which is basically the only place you can grab things. The cheapest ear speaker is the L300 for $430, and the L300 is okay. It's electrostatic, so it's a different level, and then okay in that different level. It's a little flat and not as wide, but you still get that fucking I was going to say planar. You get that electrostatic like sound signature where the bass doesn't quite hit you, but everything else is like layered on via magic. $430 for just the ear speaker. So then you go to the driver unit. Now, I got my original Stax with this SRM 252S, which was like $300, this little thing. And that was the cheapest thing. So that would be $430 plus $300 would be under $8. Now, they don't even have that. The cheapest unit here is the portable amp for $900 fucking dollars, which means you're going to end up going to eBay. If you want to get into a Stax setup right now, and you're not interested in going portable, you're going to either spend over $1,000 on the Energizer, or you're going to go to eBay and you're going to find something used. You can probably find one of those used, and you know what it'll be? The exact same fucking price as it was new. And these things are not the best Energizers. I've had 5, 6 Stax Energizers now, tube ones, and the IFI that I ended up keeping. I ended up paying for the IFI IESL so I could run it off the 789. Like, I know about electrostatic energizers, which is a thing I never thought I'd be able to say 6 years ago. In fact, I would have been like, you know what? And now I know. Oh, there's cat hair everywhere. Chewbacca, you're in trouble. And I know that this is the most mediocre amp that is made. I still come to tears with certain songs, certain headphones, certain times of my playlist. It's fine. But I know that's the weakest link. So now you can't even get the weakest link. Now you have to go spend upwards of well over $1,000 to get into the electrostatic headphone game if you're not going out and hunting on eBay. So the fact that this and this is bundled together for $500, even if the build quality is a little bit like under par, but we're talking compared to Stax, which is not exactly saying they're built like tanks. This is fucking perfect. This is a perfect. If you have $500 and you're like, well, Zeos, I need a headphone. Now, it's going to be stretch your budget and get the Sendy Ivas, which are one of the best planars, I think. Go for a closeback with a little bit of an uncomfortable headband, a little bit uncomfortable clamp and everything, but get the Neumann NDH20s. Or go to MASSdrop and get the Koss ESP 95Xs. That's where these sit in my lineup. These are like fucking great. Honestly, great. That wallpaper worthy, great. The only problem I have, really, the only problem I have is it comes with a Koss sticker, and I won't put this on my car window. I put all stickers from all the companies I love on my car window. And I honestly love Koss. KSC 75s, Porta Pros, now these. Why are the Pro 4 AAs on this fucking sticker, Koss? This is your fault. I would never, I'm gonna cut, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this sticker so that it just says Koss. I'm gonna stick that in my car. Because the Pro 4 AAs were the fucking worst thing. The worst. The worst sounding, the worst feeling. Everything was bad about them. There was not a single redeemable thing except maybe they looked cool. And that was it. So back onto these ear speakers. They come with a very short cable. That's a short cable. I think we could all agree that with the amp sitting on my desk here and me putting these headphones on, if I were to stand up, that's it. We are at the limits of the line. If this was against that back thing, we'd be fucked. So let's not do that. So it comes with, and I haven't taken out of the original packaging because there's no need to, an extension. A very long extension, actually. Look how many folds are in that. So when I send this back to MASSdrop, because I'm sure they're going to want it back, you can know that this is what you're probably going to end up using if you're going to be more than on a desk. On a desk, though, right here, if I go to a LAN or anything, or I'm hanging out, I'm just going to take these. Be the only crazy motherfucker with a electrostatic set. I'm going to skip through some tracks now. Hold on. Because I need to, Jazz for Japan. I that's like, first of all, Koss, Japan, Stax, everything Japan. That's amazing sounding. It doesn't feel like it's lacking anything anymore. Like it used to be like, oh, I could tell the Energizer there because there's no sparkle in the highs and the bass. The bass isn't throaty, has no power behind it. And all of a sudden, it's fucking perfect. Just perfect. Other things it comes with. That's an empty bag. It comes with an empty bag. I'm sure there's something in it. Comes with an auxiliary cable and the standard classic Koss RCAs that say Koss on them and are all right angle and are very short. That's a little bit annoying, the sound it's making on my head right now. It's like crunching my beard. All right, let's look at the actual headphones. So, plastic, metal grills here, plastic between it, plastic yokes, plastic disconnects. You hit this little button on the inside. It says MASSdrop there. Nice. I mean, they weigh nothing. They weigh fucking nothing. They're like, if Ship 9500s went on a diet, that's what these weigh. The headband is very, very, very soft, which it doesn't matter because it's so light. And then they've changed the default pads. And I think this has a lot to do with the sound change. But I changed the pads on the original Koss. The owner sent me those like $80, $90, $200 fucking pads. And I think they made an improvement that they didn't fix everything. So these are fully open velour pads with a thin foam backing. And if I had to make a complaint, which I obviously have to make every complaint, there's no articulation this way. And I feel like when I'm wearing them, The front's hitting, but the back's floating. It's like they need angled pads and they don't have it. And I'm pretty sure I could fix that without a lot of effort by literally just shoving something back here, because you could avoid the driver. Like a crayon. Honest to God, that's just the first thing that came to mind. Go find a kid playing with crayons and be like, hey kid, Gotsies, and then you just run away and take 2 fucking Crayola crayons and shove them back here just to bump this out a little bit. Just so you get a little bit of a touch behind your ear, because it doesn't articulate much at all. I mean, you could probably bend it. This slider mechanism doesn't click or anything, and it's just 2 pieces of steel. You could probably just give this like a... Oh, I just did it. Okay, I've just done it. Like I said, the build quality is not, you know, stellar. But I'm trying to get these things to, like... I probably don't have to take it off to do that. Oh, I did it again. I'm a bad human. But now they're perfect. I've been wearing them for fucking days, and I'm just like, well, I'll show what I want on the thing. Lowering the volumes. Volumes, plural. Feeding it with my Geshelly Lab Xenon. The back of the unit is a plug for plugging it in. This is the plug for plugging it in. It uses a 9-volt, 1000 milliamp DC. That's it. It's a big heavy... This is a exceptionally heavy transformer, I want to point out. So, I don't know, maybe they've changed that. Maybe that's better. Because that's half of what this is doing is happening in that. And all it has is these shitty RCA plugs. Hold on. These shitty RCAs that don't even stick out of the box enough. So my good Amazon Basics wires, linked in the description, by the way, go in approximately that far. They want to go in, but that's it. You'd have to take this unit apart and drill these fucking holes. Why? Why Koss? This is like the love-hate. It's like Koss is built a little shitty, but my God, it makes up for it in the sound finally. It was like a 50-50 with the original. So I was like, you know what? It sounds good. It sounds good. It's built not that great, but yeah. Now I don't care how it's fucking built. They sound amazing. Front. You got a power LED that's green. It also turns red, and I can only get it to turn red like occasionally when you're like turning it on. See, it's like red for a split second. I don't know, maybe if it overheats, maybe if you clip something, it'll turn red. Let's not find out in this review. So there's your power switch. A lot of fingerprints, just all the fingerprints on this. I'm just going to rub it down so they're all nice. Get the fingerprint oils on everything. Acoustic level. That's your knobs, plural, in the center. We'll get back to those. Here's your phone plug. It says phones. They obviously mean ear speakers. And it's this 5-pin. You can buy adapters to run this shit on regular Stax amps because it's all 5-pin. It's just a different configuration. The adapters to go from this to that are like $180. That was to the people who sell those. Because fuck you. But then again, it's price and demand. You think anything more than like 27 people need that? You have to make them $1 billion if you're going to keep making them for any sort of profit. So you have RCS in the back, and you've got a 3.5mm on the front, which is what that cable comes with. And it'll immediately take over. Here, hold on. Put the acoustic. I'm going to put the acoustic level up before we explain the knobs. If you haven't noticed, this is the new FIO M11. We unpause that, and we unplug this. Goes right back to computer. Plug it back in. Goes back to that. Does not blend together. It picks either or. And here's the thing. You can leave... Here's the weird thing. This is the weirdest thing, because I've never seen one do it. I could leave this plugged in, and if I unplug it from this end, it passes through that. You could hear it. You could hear it's playing Jazz for Japan still. Usually it's the actual plug that once it gets inserted, it switches over. Paused. Pause. All plugged in. Still playing Jazz for Japan. Ah, I paused it there, and now that, but now Jazz for Japan did not come back on. I don't know. Now it did. It's weirdness. It's just fucking straight up weirdness. But I like that I could leave that plugged in and then just switch back and forth by playing or unplaying the auxiliary. The volume or acoustic level. So, it doesn't have a volume knob. It's got two volume knobs. It's got a left and a right channel. And I'll tell you which one is which. I'll tell you which one is which right now as I place these on my head. Because I've been going by feel this whole time. Let's change tracks. George Harrison. Boom. Full volume. Okay. Inside knob. Left channel. Outside knob. Right channel. Now there's delineations on it, but I don't think lining those up is going to actually get you balanced. What you do is you turn one, probably the back one, until you're at the volume listening level in one ear. Then you turn the other one up and it brings up the other ear. Now if you go too far, you're going to just be out of balance, and you're going to have to just find the balance every fucking time. And that sort of sucks, but at the same time, it's probably good. You never know when your hearing is going out on one side. You're getting old, you're hearing loss. So you can constantly check for hearing loss by adjusting that and seeing if the lines line up. Lines don't line up, I'm going deaf in one ear, sort of thing. Still, it works fine. And it does not have a problem powering to levels of like, damn, this George Harrison is happening right now. This is like, I'll be there. Oh. You do, however, when you're setting the volume, you probably want to find a song that doesn't have a lot of left-right volume difference. The Doors, for example. It's one of my favorite bands of all time. And a lot of the time, it's like the piano is just left channel and singing out just right channel. Or there's just drums out of the right channel. So if you try to balance that, it's like you're guessing the entire length of the song. These things are fucking amazing. They open up the room. I am absolutely 100% satisfied with them being a open back headphone alternative to everything. Literally everything. If you have LCD X's and you're like, oh my god, LCD X's, I wonder what electrostatic can do better than this. This might show you. This is good enough to at least show you at the bottommost level of electrostatic capabilities what the fuck they can do. Their weight, their speed, their just bigness. The driver in this is huge. This whole thing is driver. So there's not just sound coming from like a 40 millimeter or a 50 millimeter driver. Even planars are like 100 millimeter. This is the size of a tuna sandwich. There's a tuna sandwich worth of driver in here. You gotta respect just the straight up size. I'm so glad they fit now. Jesus. The thing is, they don't sound too wide. They're a little bit like in my face. Just a little bit. But then on certain songs, they do sound wide. They sound X2 wide. They sound crazy wide. Oh, the speed and detail. This is Gorillaz Rocket from D-Sides. Which D-Sides, one of my favorite albums the Gorillaz ever put out. My friend who loves the Gorillaz also never even heard of it. It was like their alternate takes for a bunch of songs. Yeah, I don't... What do you do to improve these? Maybe some spacers? Maybe just make them deeper? Try to gain more soundstage by default? They have such a remarkable... How do I put this? Mid-range to treble. Like there's... Not mid-bass. It's like, I don't know, this magical area called where the music lives that... These just do it so intently and sweetly and precisely, and with a more of a lightness than like the Sendiivas do. The Sendiivas hit it like a hammer. And these are sort of like, oh, they're delicate. They have finesse. And I don't know if that's even possible with the old amps. If anyone out there has these and the original 950s, please do me a favor. Compare the actual ear speakers on the old amp and the new amp, and then compare them on the two different energizers. Because if I was going to fix these back in the day, I would have fixed this first. And frankly, if MASSdrop had any say in something, I'm pretty sure they could have made them just tweak the amp easier than tweaking the mechanicals of this. Although the pads, I think, do make a great deal of difference. So, hallelujah! Hallelujah, my brothers! MASSdrop has yet again fixed something that was... I guess I considered it broken. If it didn't compete with Stax, I was just like, it's alright. Now it competes with Stax. I would certainly put these on someone's head to say, hey, here's what electrostatic sounds like. And it only costs you $500 for the kit. It's like an actual working starter kit. An affordable one at that. Alright, I think I want to go into more detail and stuff, but I just start rambling, and these videos get way too long. And the watch percentage actually counts towards how often they recommend my stuff, so I'm going to keep it nice and short now. Wallpaper Girl in the description. Link to these in the description. They should be available right now. You can go read the description, the comments, all that stuff. Please check out the forums at Hi-Fi Guides. There'll be a thread specifically for this, started by me. I think I started that one already, where I'll post this review, and you guys can all discuss there, because the forums need more activity. Please check out the forums. Those forums and the website attached to it are going to be referenced and shown off in the Rocky Mountain Audio Fest trip that's coming up in September. I'm trying to get to RMAF. I've got a GoFundMe to try to pay for the insane bills that are accumulating already. So if you'd like to support this channel, you can check out the Patreon, which does yard sales, and you can see these reviews early. So if they actually do run out of stock, my bad. Patrons will probably get it first. I'll answer all your questions in the $5 tier, but if you want them answered faster and to my face, $10 tier will put you into a private Telegram. Also, there's yard sales, which these are not in a yard sale. I think MASSdrop wants these back. They never really specify. Their emails are really vague. They're just like, hey, you want to try this and this and this? And I'm just like, all right. And I'd say most of the stuff they send me is actually quality. Like, I don't think I've gotten a real... What was the last stinker I got from MASSdrop? I'm sure you guys remember. Tell me in the description what the last stinker I got. Anywho, yeah, I got those things. Those are also MASSdrop. Jesus. And those were sent to me by a user, not them, so I have to give them the eye. I'm giving you the eye. All right, check her out in the description. No, you want to. Check these out. Check out the Patreon, the GoFundMe, the friggin' forums. There's like 19 things. Should I just include merch? Let's shovel fucking merch in there. Maybe I have a Koss logo with just a KSC 75 from the profile, because that's what they should be most fucking proud of. That $15 pair of jewels. Links to KSC 75 in the description. Because if you're going Koss and you're like, I don't know, do I want to trust this brand Koss Zeos talks about? Buy KSC 75s for $15 on Amazon. And then you ask me that question. Anywho, sound demo is in the description. Tomorrow the sound demo will come out publicly and everyone can comment on it then. But you can get to it now. If you've made it this far in the video and you know how to use the description of a video, you can click it. So, yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can we think of another catchphrase, please? Because that one came up a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, is that my logo? Is that it? Is that the Z? Oh, God. I've taken it too far. I have to stop this video.